Welcome to online lectures by CA Studies. For more lectures online, please do visit castudies.lk.
Welcome. Now, so far we have learned on how to find a maximum or a minimum absolute error and how to apply it into a percentage and how to apply it to our original figure and get the final maximum value. All of that we have learned. Now we will see how to get the maximum using the variables. Okay, now if you go through the list given under maximum, right, we know an error will be like a plus or minus, no? Example, let's say 1000. And the maximum is always the plus. Maximum is always the plus. Now here they mention maximum, if you are to take a maximum like we did for revenue, you all remember? For revenue what we did? We multiplied the maximum volume by the maximum quantity. Volume is quantity, maximum price. Okay. So that is what is given in your sheet, right? Where A equals volume and B equals price. That is where when you come across a situation where you have to multiply two variables, then if you want the maximum of that multiplication, you have to use the maximum of each variable, which is in revenue situation it will be volume and price. Both ones maximum. So we learned now plus 500 was for the revenue example. Okay, just take example, plus 500 for revenue plus 0.5 for sales price. This is for revenue volume. Okay, then maximum volume is plus 500 to the original value, which was 50,000, multiplied by the original price, which is 10 rupees plus 0.5. The plus only, the maximum error you use is the plus only. But the maximum volume that you multiply to your maximum price is different. That you should take actually both maximum. Okay. No change. Just that you got to use the maximum error values to get your maximum volume and the maximum price. But as we learned so far. But where it changes is, let me tell you, when you have to get a maximum, right, of two variables but the minus of two variables. That means the output of the minus must be the maximum minus. That means maximum minus output. That can be obtained if you get the maximum of A minus minimum of B. Remember that. Example, in a situation where you have to calculate your profit. The profit will be maximized only when your revenue is higher than the cost. No? So, what is your highest revenue and what is your lowest cost? That difference only should be your profit. Okay, that will be the maximum profit of you. So, that is why you use maximum of A and minimum of B. Then minimum means the minus error value. Okay, minus error value. Now here we use plus, no? Here we should use example, let's say 1000 cost minus 500. Likewise. And the revenue will say it is 50,000 same. 50,000, no, now we will take the multiplication, no, now this is the maximum revenue, no. How much was it? 500, it was around 50,500 multiplied by 10.5, 530,000, 250 is your maximum revenue. That one substitute here. Okay. Now, if this is a maximum profit, okay, then A is your revenue and B is your cost. Okay. So, 530,250 minus your cost, let us say now it is 1000 rupees and the error value is for cost, error value is let us say 1000 plus or minus 500. So, we have to take, since it is minimum, we should take the minus figure. Okay. So, minus 500, and then your balance will be, then only it will show you the maximum profit of 250 minus 500, 529,750. Now, let us see a computation, right. Okay, let us see another computation. Okay, wait. Okay. Let's see the question. A trader has total cost of wages and materials. Next month, wages are expected to increase by or decrease by, which is indicated by plus or minus 10%, and materials is to increase and decrease by 20%. Okay. Now, revenue is predicted to increase or decrease by 10%. Now, what is your expected profit in the next month? What is the range, the plus or minus of the expected profit? So, material, now when you take, now in the range answers, if you see, they have given a maximum profit value and a minimum profit value. Okay. If you see the maximum rules, you should use the rule that gives maximum of A minus minimum of B, where maximum is the A is the revenue and B is your cost. Refer that rule set, okay, which is there in your tute, refer it. So, that is the formula you should apply for to get your maximum profit. So, if you get a variable that will be resulted from a revenue minus a cost or something that has to be minused, then the maximum of it is always maximum of the plus amount and the minimum of the minus amount. But if you are to take the minimum profit, then you have to take minimum A minus maximum cost. Okay. So, this minimum revenue, maximum cost. Okay. Now, let us calculate the maximum revenue and the minimum revenue. maximum revenue, minimum revenue, maximum cost. Now let me put minimum cost here. It's easy. Minimum cost, then again minimum revenue and the maximum cost. Right? Maximum revenue is, they gave us the rupees of 4,000. So maximum error they gave plus 10%. So plus 4,000 into 10% is 4,400. Okay. Next, minimum cost. In cost they gave two items, materials and wages. Materials is 2,000 minus 2,000 into 20% plus the wages of 1,000 into 1,000 minus 1,000 into 10%. You can so therefore the answer is, calculate 2,000 into basically 80% plus 1,000 into 90%. Right? It is 2,500. And your minimum revenue, let me let's take and then let's take the total. Minimum revenue is rupees 4,000, right? Multiply by 100% minus the minus error value only we must take for minimum errors, minus how much? 10%. Okay. And maximum cost 2,000 into 102 percentage plus 1,000 into 110 percentage. 4,000 into 90% is 3,600. And 2,000, this one, calculate 3,140. Right? Okay. Oh, sorry, this is not 102, 20%, right? 100 plus 20%, 120%. 2,000 into 120 plus 1,000 into 110, 3,500. Okay, 3,500. Now, what is the maximum profit? Maximum profit equal maximum revenue minus minimum cost. Maximum revenue is 4,400, minimum cost is 2,500. Total 1,900. Then what is the minimum profit? Minimum profit equals minimum revenue minus maximum cost. Minimum revenue is 3,600, maximum cost is 3,500, difference 100. So, your profit range therefore is between 100 and 1,900. So, you can show this, how do you express this range? Between 100 and 1900 your profit. So, right, so if you take percentage, okay, to get the percentage, calculate the estimated profit. Estimated profit is, we know, it is using the normal figures, which is 4,000 revenue minus cost of 3,000, material plus wages. How much? 1,000, right? So, the absolute error in percentage terms is the relative error, right? So, now this is not the, now maximum profit and minimum profit are not errors. They are the maximum value of the profits, right? So, to get the error, you should get the difference between the estimated 1000 with 1900 and 100, okay. So, the profit can be between 100 and 1900, but your error, right, is between 1000 minus 100 is 900 and 1000 minus 1900 also 900. So, it is like a plus or minus 900, right? Isn't it? Because when you minus 1900 maximum profit from the estimated profit, your maximum absolute error is plus 900. But when you minus minimum profit value from your estimated profit, your minimum absolute error is 100. So, that can be expressed as, you remember, plus or minus we must put for the same value. 900 is the gap. So, we got plus or minus 900. Then if they give the answer in percentage, if they give, right, if they express the profit change, now they are asking you the expected profit and they have given a range, no. If they give that range using the plus or minus, okay, they will give like this in the exam. They will give, like this. Many ways of that answer. Answer method number 1 is how you saw there. That is, your profit is between 100 and 1900. The lower range and the higher range. Okay. Secondly, they can give 1000 is the estimate, right? They express the error in expression form. 1000 plus or minus 900. Okay, so 1000 plus 900 is 1900. 1000 minus 900 is 100. Okay, and third way they can give in percentage. 1000 plus or minus this 900 divided by the estimated figure multiplied by 100. Okay, how much? So that comes to, let me erase this also. 900, it's 90%, right? Zeros 90. So it comes 1000 plus or minus 90%. In this question, they asked only the expected profit. They did not ask expected error of the profit. Okay. So, they can give in profit terms or they can give the answer in error terms also. Because this also correct, no? Plus or minus 900 into the base price with the base amount. Right, and this is in the percentage term. So, you should know how to take the percentage, and the 900 maximum error. Always, what is it? Estimated revenue is 4,000 minus the cost were 1,000. That's the estimated profit. Profit minus the actual maximum gave the maximum absolute error, and estimated profit minus the actual minimum gave the minimum absolute error. Right? That's those initial formulas that I shared. Always take that formula and apply to this scenario. Okay? Right. So with that, we are done, but let's do another question also, a different type. Okay? So, let's try the next question on the chemist. Right? So, in the question, if you all read the question, a chemist processes dangerous liquid to make it safe, right, for use in a food product. The amount of liquid which will be safe for the sale in the food industry is given by L equals A divided by B. Okay. And A and B have been rounded to plus or minus 5%. Fine. How do you do this? They are asking what is the maximum rounding error in the liquid amount available for sale to the food industry, and your answer is given in percentage terms. Okay, so you have to select the right rounding percentage value. Right. So, we know our formula. They are now asking maximum rounding error means maximum absolute error. Okay, so maximum absolute error, what's the equation? If you refer back, it is actual minus estimate, rounded figure, and this is the actual is the not rounded figure, right? And this must be the maximum actual. Okay. Okay. Now we know now the estimated figure, the rounded figure is not given here. Am I right? Have they given any figure for A or B? They haven't mentioned in the question. Okay. Then, if they didn't give anything in the question, always assume that A and B equal to 10. Right? Like giving 100, both are the same value. Like that you assume. So usually you assume as 10. Okay? Because we want to give like this, like equals to 100%. Likewise, we want to base it out. So for that you give, first assume that it is equal to A and B are equal to 10. Likewise, now if they didn't give any estimated figure in the question, what you should do? Both variables, to find your estimated figure, you give the equal number for both variables. And you always like better to choose number 10. Right. So, now they have given a formula, if you see, that liquid is measured by L equal A divided by B. Now, to find the, now estimates assumption is only estimates assumption is A and B equal 10. Therefore, and this is the equation, therefore estimate is equal to L equals 10 divided by 10, which is 1. Okay. Now 1 is our rounded figure. Right. Okay. Now they are saying A and B have been rounded to plus or minus 5%. They gave the variables rounded maximum error value and minimum error value. Okay. So actually it is not in values, they have given in percentage. So they said maximum 5% or minimum 5%, B also maximum 5% or minimum 5%. They want us to find what is the percentage error for L and the maximum absolute error. Right? They are asking the maximum rounding error in the liquid. No? Liquid is L. Right? So, very easy. To find now L is in a division like formula. Now division like formulas, maximum figures, if you refer back to your maximum rules, you will see maximum A divided by B. If you want, you should get, the rule is maximum of A divided by B. If there is a situation like this, then the numerator must be higher than the denominator, where your A is the maximum and divide by minimum of B. This is the rule. So, to get the maximum of L, you must use the maximum of A, 10 into 105%, because 10 is the estimated figure, rounded figure. Okay, estimated, assumed, right? It is assumed into 105%. Divide by 10 again, that is the estimate. Minimum, no? Minimum means what we should use? Plus or minus? We must use minus. So, 100 minus 5% is 95%. So, what will be your answer then? Simple. Right? 10 into 1.05 divided by 10 into 95. Right? It is, wait, 10.5 divided by 1.105. Okay. Now this is the maximum of, now A divided by B means A divided by B in this question is equal to L. So this is L. Okay. Maximum of L. Right. So now find the absolute error of L. We found the maximum of L using the maximum error of A and the minimum error of B. Actually not error, because it is added onto the estimated figure. So it is not called error, it is with error. Okay, always remember that, don't confuse there. Always 10 multiplied by 105%. No? 105 means you are adding on to 10, which is estimate plus error. Okay, right. Then okay, so now let's find the maximum absolute error for L. What is our formula? Always go with the formulas. Maximum absolute error equals estimate, no, equals first the actual, right? It doesn't matter much, but yeah, actual minus the estimate. Actual in this case is maximum actual. Don't forget, not the minimum, maximum. Because why maximum actual? Because we need to find maximum absolute error. So maximum actual we found 1.105, and the estimate is how much we assumed both are A and B are 10, and so without A we assumed it is 10 divided by 10, therefore 1. Difference 0.105 is your answer. Okay. So this will be your maximum absolute error of L. Okay. Now do you see how we apply the maximum rules to find the error? It is all within here in this scenario, like when you get a formula kind of a thing. Only you have to apply that way. Fine. Now let's find. Now they have given in percentage, no? Now this is the value error value, no? Okay, this is the value. Percentage means what it is called? The name of absolute errors expressed in percentage terms are called maximum relative error. Okay, don't forget that. So your maximum relative error will be, what's the formula again? Remember, maximum relative error equal maximum absolute error divided by estimate into 100. Fine. So your absolute error is 0.105. Your estimate is 1 into 100. How much? You get 105 into 100% is, okay, 10.5%. Then, so if they in the answer they have given 10.5 like straight away. So you got to select it because they have asked only for the error. They didn't ask for the expected value of L. They didn't ask like that. They asked just what is the error percentage. Error percentage, you stop from here. If they ask the expected value of L, then how you will express? The base, how to express expected values? Base plus or minus the relative error percentage. What is the base, or the base is always the, let's remember as estimate, okay. Base is your the rounded figure. Rounded figure is 1 plus or minus 10.5%. Fine. This is your L's expected value. It can be 1 plus 10.5% or it can be 1 minus 10.5% of 1. It can be anything. Estimate, no. That's why we show it like this. You can expect high value and you can expect a minimum value also. That's why L is expected value is expressed using maximum and minimum error values. Because you cannot always estimate fully, 100% you can't say, and it's very, to make a decision it's very difficult to express like that. If you say 999.99, it's difficult. So you round the figure but give the idea that see, this is rounded and it can be rounded upwards by this much percentage and downwards by the same percentage. So with that, this answer is also complete, right? The question is met. Okay, so apart from that, Let's see one more question. Okay, so that will be our last question on looking at errors and finding the maximums. Okay, basically practice is what will make you perfect. So let's keep practicing. So in your revision kit, you all got a lot of questions, about 18 questions in this chapter. So please attempt them and be clear of everything you do. Don't leave a single doubt. These are very easy stuff, right? So you shouldn't miss the chance. Okay. Alright, so let's start our next question, which is on a cost for component C are estimated to be as follows for the coming year. See, these are not actual values, right? These are estimates. That's why they are saying for future year, this is what we think will be. So, direct material, they have given 5 rupees per unit for that component C, okay? Plus or minus 5%. And direct labor, they gave 3 rupees with an error of plus or minus 6%. Direct overhead, they gave 1.7 rupees with an error of 7%. Now, they are asking calculate the maximum expected cost per unit. This is not the error. They are asking to calculate the expected cost per unit. Then maximum, that also. Maximum expected value. Okay. Don't forget. So, maximum value. Now the maximum value we need. Okay. And this is for cost. If you refer to your maximum rules, right? Now, first of all, you should see they are asking the maximum value of your cost. No? Cost means all the types of cost are in the same category. So, you can simply add. No, you don't have to multiply and do stuff. Simply adding means, what is the maximum rule for simply adding? That is maximum of A, right? Maximum of A plus maximum of B plus maximum of C. Where I would say direct material is A, direct labor is B and direct overhead is C. If they give something else, indirect overhead do something. Example, indirect overhead they gave 8 rupees plus or minus 2%. Don't stop here, continue. Maximum of D. Put a random number, right? D will be the indirect overhead. Okay, so but they didn't give something like that, so I'm going to ignore it. But make sure to add if they give additional more than 3 items in the same category. Okay, maximum of A, how to get? Now they are saying 5 rupees is a rounded figure, but it can go up to plus 5%. So 5 into 105%. That will only give maximum value. D is also 3 into 106%. C is also 1.7 into 107%. Calculate the maximum cost, maximum expected value. $10.25. I rounded. Now see, I am doing again a rounding. It's 249. I want to take to 2 decimal digit. It is greater than 5. So I add 1 to 4 and get 10.25. Right. This is in 2 decimal place. Second question. At a production level of 100,000 units, calculate the maximum absolute error in the total cost to the nearest rupees. Okay, now they want to calculate the error in rupee value. Okay, not in the percentage, rupee value, and that also not the minimum error, they want the maximum absolute error. Now we can use the maximum expected value to get the maximum absolute error. If they asked minimum absolute error, then you should calculate the minimum expected value using the minus signs here. So it will be 5 into 95%, not 105, if it is minimum expected value. Okay, don't forget that. Now we know maximum expected value is 10.25. This is per unit, okay, per unit, and now they are going to produce 100,000 units, okay, 100,000 units of C, which means, and they want the error, so put the formula maximum absolute error equal estimate or actual minus estimate. Okay, actual is this maximum actual, okay, because it's the maximum absolute error, which is 10.25 per unit multiplied by 100,000 units, minus the estimated unit price, which is unit cost actually. You have to add how, let's change the bracket, so it will be 5, direct material was 5 rupees per unit, direct labor 3 rupees per unit, and direct overhead 1.7 rupees per unit. That multiplied by 100,000 units. These are the rounded figures, no? These are the already given rounded figures. Given rounded figures. Okay, so it's 10.25. So multiply and see what's the error. $1,025,000 minus $970,000. It is 55,000. All right. So this is how you calculate your maximum absolute error. Again, okay. Now in this situation, we the maximum rule that we applied when getting the maximum expected value is this one, A plus B plus C, the ones that are in the same category. So in summary, your maximum rules will be applied to find the maximum expected values, right? And your maximum absolute error always uses the maximum expected value or the maximum actual. Another thing, how to identify a maximum error? It should be, if it's given already, then it is a plus. The plus part only is the error, maximum error that can happen, right? And then with that you find what is the error value you can get, always the middle value in the number line, always the one that has 5. Example 500 or 9.5, one of those you will have to select and only round off as explained earlier. Okay, so I think yeah, so if we see all of the questions are done. So with this we finish off chapter 1, percentages for business. Alright. So we have so far we have covered markups, margin, and then margins and markup, how to use them to find a rupee value and the rupee value with taxes, and then the change percentage and profit impacts, and then how to round off and what is the rounding off to decimal places, how to round off to significant figures, that. And then finally we looked at maximum and minimum absolute error values. Okay. So I hope you all gained well on this subject area. So the key is to keep practicing on what we learned, and mainly when practicing always think why you should do a particular step. That is the very important thing that I believe. And also it will keep you getting to the correct answer, surely. And remember your formulas given. Memorize your formula, that is only what you have to do from this lesson, and learn how to apply that formula to get the answers. We have also discussed what type of questions can come. This is the maximum level of questions that can be tested from this lesson. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining. Let's meet at the next video.
Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned with castudies.lk for more lectures online.